Hi, Kevin Henry with Proofs Magazine. I'm here today with Nancy Drew, who's an international sales expert, author, and she's a speaker. And she's written a book called How to Be the Best Salesperson in Your Company in 60 Days or Less, Guaranteed. And Nancy, I thank you for coming on, and I'd love for you to share some of the tips that you had in that book with the Salesforce members who are watching this video.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate the opportunity. And I've got to say that I am a sales animal. I love it. I've been selling for years and years and still sell. Obviously, that's my business. You can't get too far away from it. I do remember, though, being a brand new salesperson and not loving it quite as much as I do now. I had to get a system, and when you get a system and you know the steps, you know what works, and then you're not recreating the wheel. And I think that that's what's really difficult for people, is that as salespeople, things are changing, technology is changing, things are more competitive. It's a hard deal, and you're only as good as your last deal.
Right.
We may love you today, but we don't love you tomorrow if you didn't bring it in. So the book is it's very step by step. And we do a lot of sales training with large organizations and small one-on-one, sales coaching. But really, you need a process, and this is what we've done in the book, is we've given them a very easy step-by-step process. And that starts from, how do you keep your sales funnel full, for example. And one of the most common things that we see is, not having a constant stream of prospects. And what ends up happening when you don't have that is you have, a smoking good month. It goes up and you're doing great and you're on the top of the mountain, and then you plummet down and then you go back up and then you plummet down, and you're being pulled into the sales manager's office. Where are your sales? You're not hitting quota. Pretty uncomfortable conversation to have. So really, we try to make sure that we're just zooming along, just steady. Take that stress out for everyone. And one of the ways that we do that is implementing a prospect management time system. First of all, we don't have time to be professional visitors. We need to weed out who wants to work with us and who doesn't.
Good point.
And when you continue to go back and back and back and nothing's happening, that's called dating. Right? That's not sales. You're not closing the deal. You need to actually move forward and get something to happen. So we teach people, who is a decision maker and who's not. And if they're not doing these things with you, they're not too interested. And one of those things that that we would look at is when you have your prospect in front of you, you need to get the next step. Okay. Now the next step will speed up your sales cycle. It'll tell you immediately if this person wants to do business with you, and you need to find that out right away.
Okay.
So the next step is that they agree to have the next appointment with you, that they agree to have the phone call with you, that they agree to provide you with information that you need. Now that is more than just, sure, let's meet next week, give me a call. That means that is in your calendar and in their calendar.
Gotcha.
I'm going to come back Tuesday at 2, and this is what we're going to look at. Does that look good? They schedule you in. I schedule that in. That's a confirmed next step. We're moving forward. If somebody had said to me, well, just call me and we'll set it up, I have nothing. So I don't really see that in the system that we teach. That's really not any chance of closing. It might close, but I don't have anything concrete. And it's about having something concrete. Now for a phone call, so they're just telling me to phone them. The best way to deal with that is to say, I know you're very busy, Kevin, and so am I. So why don't we schedule, what's the best time in your day to get hold of each other? And we'll know that at 8 o'clock on Monday morning, we're going to connect. How does that sound with you?
Gotcha.
Great. Okay. And so those are scheduled next steps. And that's very important. If the prospect doesn't want to provide information for you. If you need copies of invoices, of a contract with someone else, or whatever it is that you need to move forward in the sales cycle, they're not that interested.
Gotcha.
And they are not taking the next step.
Okay.
So that's one of the things that we need to do. Another is keeping that sales funnel full. And how do you do that? Well, we tell our clients that you need to do a minimum of 6 hours of networking a week. And people might say, are you crazy? That's a lot of networking. It is a lot of networking, but people are more apt to do business with people that they know and they trust. If you have a relationship, then you're the guy or you're the girl. Yep. I know you, I trust you, I've seen you around, and you have a relationship. Now, somebody else comes knocking on the door and they don't have that relationship, it's going to be much more difficult to get in for an appointment to move business forward. Yeah. The key to that is attend the right functions. Just because you're networking, it doesn't mean if you're networking with a bunch of other salespeople in your same industry, that's not the right function. When you attend the functions, don't talk to your buddy. Go out and talk to other people.
Let me ask you one question that I know dental salespeople deal with on a constant basis, and that's getting through the gatekeeper to the right person, which in this case is a lot of times the dentist that they want to talk to. Do you have any advice for how to get through that gatekeeper and get to the dentist himself or herself?
Yeah, there's a million things that you can do with this. I think one of the simplest is, again, relationships matter. Telephone calls are not as effective as when you're in person. People become a different person on the phone than when they can see you. That little tiny receptionist suddenly thinks that she's the big army general or he and you're not getting through. So I suggest, what we see the best results with, and we watch everything. We are anal about the tracking. So the best is when you pop in and you have a reason for being there, and you say, what, I don't want to get an appointment. I know you're very busy. I just really wanted to stop, introduce myself, let you know that I do want to book an appointment in the future. When is a good time? Would you prefer that I phone back? And that is just, not being pushy, stepping back and allowing that person to say no. And some people watching this may think, well, you're just being submissive and you're letting the person say no, and they're going to. Right. But really what you're doing is you're taking the aggressiveness out of it. Be aware you're going to hear from me again. I'm coming back. But now you have a person. Now you're not that bossy person. You're not assuming that you're going to get a call. I'd love to, see the doctor, but I absolutely realize that, I'm just popping in. I would like to schedule an appointment.
Okay.
I want to be respectful. So always say your intent. I just want to introduce myself. I will be contacting you. That's my intent. That's respectful of her or his position. Okay. Because that gatekeeper is the first one that the dentist is going to say, well, what did you think?
True. Good point.
All right. So you need to build a relationship with both of those people. You need to have both of them on your team. And there are associations, office manager associations, dental office manager groups.
Absolutely. Go
to those groups and network. You need to have a good reputation, a good connection with that office manager.
Good tips. And again, the book is called How to Be the Best Salesperson in Your Company in 60 Days or Less, Guaranteed. And Nancy, where can they find more information about you or the book?
You can certainly check that out on our website. And we do a 30-minute free sales strategy session for anybody that's interested. The reason we do that is to make sure that our company is a fit for what you're trying to do. Okay. We are for some people, but we're certainly not for everyone. And our website is www.drew, and the word and, associates.com. And I would suggest checking out our blog. on that site. That blog has multiple videos, all kinds of videos for the biggest mistakes salespeople make, where's the best places to network, just step-by-step videos, instructional information, articles that are all sales-based.
Sounds great. Well, Nancy, I really appreciate your time and you sharing your knowledge with our viewers from Proofs Magazine. Thanks again.
Thank you.